everyone, here I'm going over how I made this lace tape basket weave. I think it's really cute embellishment for springtime. It does take a bit of patience, but it's not that hard, and I think it would be great for boys' clothing. You could do, you know, blues, oranges, greens, whatever. I think it'd be adorable for little boys. So to get started, I cut out a piece of fabric larger than the area for my pattern pieces that I want covered in this lace tape basket weave. And after giving the fabric an ironing, I started to arrange my lace tape. Of course, what colors you use and the order is completely up to you. I drew an oversized, just a rough outline of the pattern pieces I wanted to cover. And this allows me to see where my pattern should go so those shoulder seams can be fluid. So I just started with the vertical, vertical-ish pieces. You want to get these pieces as square as you can to the horizontal-ish pieces that will come later. And from there, just align whatever colors you'd like. I decided to go with this green, purple, yellow, blue pattern, and I'm cutting the lace tape so there's like about a 1/2 inch or so overhang on each side. And I'm working this lace tape on linen. It's actually handkerchief linen, and I will link everything below as I normally do, all the lace tape and the linen and a bunch of other goodies down below. But working on linen works out nicely when transporting it without the use of pins. Cotton obviously would be a good alternative, but what I'm trying to say is I would suggest staying away from silky feeling fabrics. You don't want that stuff to move around on you. But yeah, and then I gave it a careful ironing, just kind of picking up the iron and pressing and picking up the iron and pressing. Then I started basting everything down with an open toe foot. And this helps make sure all the lace tape is right next to each other. Of course, just adjust as you sew as needed to make sure that all that lace tape is right next to each other. You want to avoid gaps since this will throw off the geometry, making everything look sloppy. Once I was done sewing across the entire top, then I moved to those horizontal-ish pieces. And I decided to make all of these out of pink, but again, that is entirely up to you. It is sewing, you do you. So I simply laid the pieces across, making sure to have about a 1/2 inch overhang on either side, and then I sewed along the top to secure those pieces. And you don't have to worry about ironing yet, but do make sure to sew the pieces without any gap. And then comes the fun part of creating the basket weave. And I found the easiest thing to do was to lift one set of alternating pieces, slide the pink piece under that, and then put down that set of alternating pieces. And then lift up the other set of alternating pieces, slide the next pink piece under, and then put down that set of alternating pieces. Rinse and repeat until you have your pattern piece covered. If you need to adjust the lace tape, I found it was easiest to hold the kind of the verticalist pieces like with one hand, and then shimmy up the horizontal pieces with your other hand with your fingers and stuff to get everything into place. So before you know it, you will have the entire thing covered in this lovely basket weave. Isn't it adorable? So then I gave a careful iron before sewing those pink strips in place. I sewed along one side and then gave the whole thing an ironing again before sewing along the other side. And at this point, all the lace tape has been secured. And I traced my pattern piece out of some tissue paper. I wanted to use something that I didn't mind throwing away since I would be pinning this to my lace tape assembly and sewing around it. And I didn't want to have to worry about sewing through my good pattern piece and then having holes, damaging my good pattern piece. So once I was done sewing the entire perimeter around my tissue sewing pattern, then I trimmed away the excess and pulled my tissue pattern piece away from the lace tape assembly. And there you go. It's as simple as that. I just continued sewing. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them. As always, I appreciate y'all for watching and I hope to catch y'all next time.